What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports, back again with another one. WBA interim super featherweight champion Chris Colbert from Brooklyn, aka Crooklyn, New York, was able to defeat King Tug by unanimous decision in the StubHub Center in Carson, California, IA. I think they call that stadium something else, Dignity Health Park or something like that, but it's always going to be known to me as StubHub. They fought there last night. It seemed like they had a lot of people there as far as close to the ring was full, but when you looked on the second level seats, upper level seats, had a lot of empty seats there, But you know, like I said in a previous video, man, 4th of July weekend, it's going to be interesting to see what type of numbers that fight produced, but give Chris Colbert credit for, you know, bringing headline news to himself and promoting this fight, man, with the comments he made about former WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder and unified welterweight champion Errol Spence Jr., the two top dogs at PBC. Now let's break this fight down, man. I thought Chris Colbert was too right hand happy. It was obvious that King Tug was looking for that right hand. He basically took that right hand away from Chris Colbert. He landed at times, but even when he landed, if you're looking for it, you can brace yourself for it. See, the punches that hurt fighters are the punches they don't see. And every time he threw the check left hook, he was landing at will, but he was just too right hand dominant. He was looking to set it up off the jab. And if you're going to do that and you know that your opponent is looking for the right hand, at least double up on your jab. He wasn't doing that enough. But it was a workmanlike performance from Chris Colbert. You can see when the two fighters in the ring that he was the bigger fighter, the naturally bigger fighter. King Tug looked like he needed to go back down to 126 and stay there. You know, he was talking before the fight that he could possibly stay at 130 or maybe go back to 126. Yeah, King Tug, go back to 126, man. You can see the size difference in the ring. King Tug was able to land his right hand at times too, and I thought he stunned. I ain't gonna say he hurt Chris Colbert, but I thought he stunned Chris Colbert in the first half of that fight. And, you know, he fought a solid fight, man. You know, King Tug won't do what King Tug always does, man. He's going to throw a lot of punches. He's not going to throw a lot of punches, but the punches he throws, he's going to make count. He's very selective with his punches. And I think the power of Chris Colbert made him kind of hesitant to really let his hands go. I've seen him much busier in previous fights, but what it's all about is what's incoming. If you got something that's incoming that you perceive as a threat, you're not going to be as willing to, your output is not going to be as frequent as it would be otherwise if you didn't respect what was coming into you, the power that was coming towards your way. So I think that was the problem with inactivity. I ain't going to say inactivity, but the selective punches thrown by King Tug. All in all, a good performance by Chris Colbert. Like I told you in the previous video, he kind of reminds me, he's like a combination of Sweet Pea Whitaker and Terrence Crawford. Sweet Pea Whitaker is the way he get down low and throw punch. He do a good job of jabbing to the body. He's got the hand speed, and I think he's got the viciousnesses and the seek and destroy mindset of Terrence Bud Crawford. But his defense is not on the level of Sweet Pea Whitaker. You know, he's got to work on that. But when you're more offensive minded, you're going to be prone to get hit more. That's just how it goes in boxing. But he still can be a little bit more defensively responsible. He got hit with some shots that I felt he shouldn't have got hit with. But all in all, it was a good, solid performance. I probably rate it, if I had to grade it, I'd probably give him a solid B for his performance, man. But I need to see him in there with some somebody a little bit above King Tug. King Tug to me is probably a C+ fighter. I need to see him in there with a more solid opponent. Let me put it to you like that. Maybe, you know, I need to see him up there. His performance was a B level. I need to see him in there with a B level opponent next time, see if he can rise his level to an A level to beat that B level opponent. If you know what I'm saying, if you get what I'm saying. So I think that's what needs to get done and what needs to happen in the next fight. Now he called out Leo Santa Cruz. He says he wants to smoke with Leo, but Leo in the interview after the fight, he was in attendance for this fight. You know, he's from the LA area, so it was probably nothing but a jump, hop, and a skip to go to that fight. He said he's going back down to 126, and he says he would like to have a fight there, and he may be looking to, after that fight, basically a tune-up fight to get back in the win column after taking that devastating loss to Gervonta Tank Davis, get a win on his belt. I think they're going to set up the fight between him and Gary Russell Jr. I think that's going to be the fight that they're going to set up. Yeah, no, that's going to be the next big fight. They probably could put that fight on at the end of the year. Maybe put that fight on somebody's, as a co-main event to somebody's pay-per-view fight. You know, they get a big fight at the end of the year. PBC, they can put Santa Cruz, Russell as a co-main event. The fight is too big for Fox. You see the type of fights Fox are putting on nowadays. It's, Santa Cruz and Russell is too big for that. Those guys make and earn a certain amount of money. They got a certain amount of expectations for what they make per fight, so they too big for Fox, and you know Fox is way too big for FS1. I don't even think they showing boxing on FS1 no more. I don't even think PBC doing fights on FS1 no more. So it's definitely, and it's not a pay-per-view fight on its own. So that seemed to me that's the type of fight that they put on as a co-main event to a major fight at the end of the year. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what transpires. But two of the judges had to fight 10 rounds to 2 for Chris Colbert. You know, 118 and 110, and one judge had it 9 rounds to 3 for Colbert, 117 to 111, and that's about right. That's about the right range I had. I think I had it 118 and 110 too. I think I had it stored right there. I was watching it at the sports bar, man. I think I gave about 2 rounds to King Tug. So there was another swing round that was real close that King Tug probably could have got. So 10-2, 9-3. That's a good scorecard by the judge. They did a good job tonight. So you got to give them they flowers when they do a good job, because you know we're gonna rake them over the coals if we feel that they scored a fight wrong, just like that judge had Mayweather Canelo 114. So we gotta give credit where credit due. Credit is due. The judges did a good job last night. Let me know your thoughts about King Colbert, man. Who you think he should fight next, man? Let me know your thoughts about what Leo Santa Cruz said. You know, he says he's interested in the fight with Chris Colbert, but he said he's going back to 126, and he seems way more interested in the fight with Gary Russell Jr. later on this year. Let me know your thoughts, and hit the like button if you like the content of this video, and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend, and I holla.